Okay, hello class. So we are going to talk about chapter 1. What's operations management, the introduction to operations management. So here's the opening note. So Carol, she said to her mom, I want to be a director of a museum like this one day. So they were at Chicago's Museum of Science and Industry. Carol's family had just finished the tour of the 1944 German submarine known as the U-505 that was captured during World War II. So they had spent the day learning about the coal mines, the science of human body, Dr. Seuss, and much more. As they walked past the museum offices, Carol noticed a directory of 8 departments. So they have business operations, facilities, food service, exhibit maintenance, guest call center, guest operations, information services, protective services. So she asked her dad, Dad, what does a museum need all these? Why does a museum need all these? All I really see are the exhibits. Okay, so this goes to, our theme here. So, well, we are going to skip this because, this is a recording. So like if we're in class and you can try to think, so can you provide examples of the type of work, activities, and decisions that are made in each of these 8 departments at Chicago Museum of Science and Industry? So I'll let you guys think about it. And when we go down to what operations management is about, you will probably know, okay? So operations management is the science and art of ensuring that goods and services are created and delivered successfully to customers, okay? So we are the management that's try to help physical product, physical goods, and services to be created and to be delivered successfully to customers. So deliver successfully means, you need to deliver the right stuff, right item at the right time to the right customers at where they want it to be, okay? So it involves a lot of stuff. So the first thing is design of the product, the goods, the services, and the process that create it. So that's all part of operations management. And then day-to-day management of those processes and continual improvement of those goods, services, and processes. Okay. So 3 issues in the core operations management. First is, remember the last part of, what is operations management? We want to continuously improve the product, the service, the processes. So efficiency is very important to us. And the cost. Efficiency kind of related to cost, and also, it's all kind of interrelated. And then quality. So because we want to provide good product, good services to our customers. And we want to make sure it's the right product, it's a product with good quality. And when we deliver the right thing to the right person. So all these efficiency, cost, and qualities are important. So what do operations manager do? So they will be doing forecasting, okay, to see, personally, how many units of, services, products we need, like how many units of TV we need for the Black Friday sales, okay, supply chain management, how do we ship stuff, okay, facility layout and design. We will talk about all this, and then technology selections, quality management, purchasing, resource capacity management, process design, job design, service encounter design, scheduling, sustainability. So these, I think some of the terms might be maybe look unfamiliar to you guys, but we will cover all this throughout the whole semester. So I'm not going to cover this, but this is the new solar power trash container now you will see something similar on campus. It's called Big Belly. Okay, Big Belly. So it's similar, a little bit similar, but we will talk about Big Belly later on, like if I have chance. But the United Performance Medal, the life of operations management. So United Performance Medal, they located in Hamilton, Ohio. They are a supplier of stainless steel and high temperature alloys for the specialty metal market. Their primary production operations include slitting coil stock and cutting sheet steel to customers' specification with rapid turnaround time from order to deliver. So they are actually like their focus is to the specialty metal market. Okay, you see from the photo, quality seems very good. So what I do, so operations management, the director of operations and quality, he's involved in different stuff. Okay, like not just the OM and engineer, but also finance, accounting, operational behavior, organizational behavior, and other subjects. So what does they do? So he need to understand what customer needs and then see how they can improve continuously and try to understand and motivate their people, work cross-functionally across the business. Then he need to work with accounting, finance, and maybe engineer as well. So the other titles of the operations management could be Chief Operating Officer, COO, a hotel restaurant manager, Vice President of Manufacturing, Customer Service Manager, Plant Manager, Field Services Manager, Supply Chain Manager. Okay, so these are all related to operations management. And Shell Decker is an accounting information system major in college. Her sister created an entrepreneurial venture to manufacture, sell natural soap and body product called Soapbox. And so what do they do? Shelly has to design the process that make the product, okay? And we will also talk about it, like depends on what kind of product and what do we want in a product. There are several processes that we could try to adopt. Inventory management, there are also different ways. So inventory is related to, to control the cost down, but to avoid extra inventory, so that we would also need to try to manage our inventory, and there are also different methods to manage that. And then scheduling, so production schedule, created so that enough product is available for both retail and wholesale customers. And also when we want to make sure we have enough product, we also need to think about whether or not our inventory is too much or too little. So that's the balance we have to find. Okay, we want to have enough inventory, but we don't want to pay too much for inventory costs. Like we don't want to pile up too much inventory that we cannot sell. So we need to make sure we find a good balance. Quality management, so make sure the product is inspected and we have the high quality, so it doesn't have default different, like in soap example, different color, different, the improper packaging, maybe the labeling, or not unified weight, size, and shape. Okay, so because it will look bad, right? So so we need to make sure if something doesn't look good, it'll be removed. So that's some kind of quality management. But if we have too many product that's the shape or the color is different, then we have to go back to see the process, see if there's anything with the process that we didn't do right. So so that's that. And then in workplace, we let me see. this guy, Brooke Wilson, is a process manager at JP Morgan Chase in the credit card division. So see, we were talking about sole production. Okay, now even in service in a bank, what does he do? He need to plan and budget because he represents the plastic car production area. Okay, so he has to develop, you know, what's the budget, and then their staffing plans, make sure, you know, the production of the credit card is there. Now a lot of companies, the bank, they started to have metal card. I don't know if you guys know. I have several metal cards, and then the heavier your car gets, it feels like the social status is higher. Like it's rare to have a really heavy metal card. So when you hold it on hand, it feels like you are important because you get this kind of credit card. So that also, you know, one time they have like, I have this American Express Gold card, but they were limited time. You can request, instead of the gold, you can request to have a rose gold. So even though it's a gold card, but you got a rose gold color. Okay, so that's something that's like limited edition. So so you can request, but they only offer it like for a few months, and then maybe they don't have the, I don't know, the material or whatever, but they don't have it anymore. Yeah, so once in a while they will have that. And then we have the inventory management to manage the items like the credit cards, make sure we have enough, not too much. You know, the envelope, you know, sometimes they have promotions, they send it out. So you need to make sure you have all that. And then you have the scheduling and capacity daily to the annual scheduling for all different stuff like equipment, people, inventories. So, you know, that you need to reissue new credit card, reissue the card. Okay. Some credit card, some banks are really fast. Like I remember whenever I apply American Express, usually I get it within 3 days. But I applied this card, I forgot which bank was it. Like almost 10 days ago, I haven't received the card at all. Like I almost forgot about that. Yeah. So quality, you know, make sure the quality of the car is good. And then even like now the credit card has apps. So the app easy to use, it's user friendly. So these are something that if you are in charge of the department, you need to take care of. And then understand the difference between physical goods and services. So a physical is a physical product. You can see, you can touch, and you can consume. Okay, so examples include like oranges, flowers, televisions, soap, airplanes, fish, furniture, coal, lumber, personal computers, paper, and industrial machines. But and the durable goods is a product that will last for at least 3 years. The cars, dishwashers, furniture, sometimes, you know, they are the example of durable goods. The non-durable goods is perishable and usually less than 3 years, like toothpaste, software, shoes, medicines, fruit. Okay, service, on the other hand, is usually a activity that doesn't really produce physical product. Sometimes some service does. Okay, so for example, if we go dining in a restaurant, then we get the service. At the same time, we get the physical food, which is the food. Okay, but the experience is the service. So that from the restaurant, we got both. Okay, so the similarities between the goods and service. Goods and services, they provide value, satisfaction to customers who purchase and use them. And they both can be standardized or customized to the individual wants and needs. Okay, so the process to create, deliver each good or service we use the operations management. Okay, so they have a process. They both have process to create, deliver the physical product or service. Okay, differences. Usually the physical products are tangible, services usually intangible. Customers participate in a lot of service processes. Okay, like if we go get a legal advice, legal counseling, then we participate in like what kind of service we want and then ask questions and back and forth. Okay, even if we go get a haircut, it's a kind of service, and we tell, you know, the hairstylist what we want and all that. So we usually participate when the process is happening. But the physical product, we don't really participate, like how TV is made, like, you know, we don't do that. Usually it's already made and we buy it. Okay. What else? Oh, yeah. And then the third one, demand for services more difficult to predict than demand of the product, physical for goods. So yeah, so because and then because the time for service, it could be difficult to predict. Okay, so the demand for services is more difficult to predict, and we cannot store the services, but we can, the physical product, we can do it as inventory. And service management skill are paramount to the successful service encounter. So we have to, because it happens right there, and service facility usually need to be in close proximity to the customers. Like, you know, when we do haircut, when we do H&R Block, when we try to file tax, you know, you wouldn't drive too far to do that. But your whatever product, like the shoes you bought might be made in Vietnam, the clothes you get might be made in India, so it'll be a little bit further. The production can be further for the physical goods. And patents do not protect services, but there's something that you can also file to protect, you know, some special stuff, but, you know, not the service itself. So service management, they integrate marketing, human resources, operations function to plan, create, deliver product and services, and their associated service encounter. And service encounter is an interaction between a customer and service provider. So if I go to T-Mobile, ask questions, then in the T-Mobile store, that's the service encounter. Where this happened is the service encounter. And if I file my tax on, what's the website? TurboTax, okay, then my service encounter is the website of TurboTax. But if I go to H&R Block, their office, then that will be my service encounter. So service encounter, they consist one or more moments of truth, you know, episode, transactions, experience, in which customer comes in contact with any this encounter. Okay, even remote, they will form an impression. Like I think I told you guys, did I just say that? Like sometimes some app, when you use some app, it's easy to use. Okay, sometimes it's not. Like one tiny example, it will show how like well the app or website's design is. Like sometimes when I fill out different forms, some website, if you need to fill out a phone number, they will design the way that like on the phone, they will pop up the keyboard for numbers only. But some website, they don't do that. So you have to still click the keyboard and then type in your numbers. But some website, they will just pop out the number keyboard, and you can just type it in really easy. So that's a tiny stuff, but that's something that you have impression about, okay? And then sometimes when you go to a hotel, they will welcome you really nice. Like sometimes they give you the welcoming champagne and stuff. Okay, when you go to when you board on an airplane, you know, if you fly business class or first class, you know, they treat you differently. Like when you go to economy class, it's different. But for business class, they'll give you a champagne. They will serve you a hot towel to, you know, to refresh yourself. Yeah. So so these are like something that it will affect our impression of, you know, the service provider or, you know, service encounter. So I'm not going to read over this. And then we have this CBP, customer benefit package. Okay, it defines a set of tangible, intangible features that customer recognize. Okay, pay for uses or experiences. So in simple terms, CBP is some combination of goods and services configured in a certain way to provide value to customers. And CBP consists of primary goods or service with the peripheral goods and service or services. So one example is the primary goods or services for a flight, an airplane flight. Okay, like I say, an airplane flight. And if I fly business class, I remember in the winter, I was able to get a ticket to fly Air France business class. So business class comes with the lounge, the airport lounge, right? So those are, you know, part of the business class. So but it's still not it's a peripheral, you know, service. It's not the primary. The primary is still the flight itself. But they let you do facial. They give you in the lounge. They provide free facial services. Okay, in the Turkish Airlines lounge, they provide you free massage service. So those are something extra, you know, but it actually make their business class famous because of that. And for the Lufthansa, it's a German airline. Lufthansa, if you fly first class, and if you fly, like if you transfer in Frankfurt, they will let you take out Lamborghini or Ferrari to drive on the no speed limit highway in Germany for 2 hours. So if you fly first class, and then they will pick you up right by the airplane, like you see, like when we see a movie, like you take the private jet, you know, the cars goes to the airplane. If you fly first class with Lufthansa or Air France, they will all send a car to pick you up and then take you to the lounge, the first class lounge, and one person will be with you all the time. You know, like they will make sure when you arrived, when you pick up your luggage, they will walk you. Like if you are taking Uber, they will walk you till you get on the Uber. If you have a car, they will walk you to the car, whatever, you know, pick you up, and then make sure your luggages are there. So yeah, so that's the different services. That's the peripheral services. And then checking account, briefcase, football game, tax preparation service. So the peripheral goods and services are not that really important, but it kind of enhance the feelings. So the personal checking account, we will have online access and bill pay, debit card. Sometimes designers check, like now some checking account, they give you personalized debit card, okay? And then we'll have either paper or electronic account statement. So now, even though it's a peripheral, it's not essential, but it become like standard, okay? So something, so banks or, you know, different service provider, they try to make the experience unique. So they provide more and more, you know, so yeah. And then the variant is the CBP attribute that depart from a standard, and it's normally location or firm specific. So like the one I talk about, it's a variant, okay, like a fishing pond, the fishing pond or pool at the dealership where kids can fish when parents shop. That's it's not really a standard CBP, okay? So like the facial, like the massage, it's not standard, so it becomes variant.
Standing right now. For help, go to the Netgear or the app.
So When I try to talk to Alexa, she doesn't respond, but when I'm not talking to her, she responds. Anyway, so these are the examples of, when we purchase a car, our primary good is the car. And then we get maybe free wash several times, free credit report, free this, financing, leasing, replacement part, high-speed internet. That's all peripheral service. But the variant that is scheduled like very different from other dealers is the fishing pond, or like I said, facial. But maybe I don't know if other airlines would copy. Oh, so and then for the another example of the CBP is checking account. Okay, we already talked about it. Online business, online payment, the peripheral goods, and then the peripheral services. So buying more than car. So when we buy a new car, do we just buy a car, or we actually buy the bundle, like the services? Okay, so it's something that you guys can think about, but you guys probably don't care that much. I'm getting old, so I care about the services. Like when I go get oil change at my dealer, I like when you get out of the car, they just approach you. You don't have to wait in line, and they will just walk to you, and then they walk you to the lounge to take a break, and then so I kind of like that. Like you feel welcome, you feel valued. Okay. And like I said, many physical product and services that have mixture of both goods and service component. Okay. So they have like for this has some like this is like a should I call it spectrum, like low goods content, high goods content versus low good content, and they have some services. Okay, so let's say psychiatric section or counseling section, it's probably pure services, unless you get pill. Now I heard from a lot of my friends, when I go see a counselor, they will say, oh, I can get you a marijuana card. Do you want it? Yeah, but you have to pay like $150 or $200 to apply. You have to pay the therapist money to apply. Yeah, so, and then symphony, play, movies. So they don't really have, like movie, you have popcorn. So they have like a minimum, And then now I love movie tavern. You get to eat there, so you actually get food. And then sometimes you buy souvenirs from the different plays or shows or symphonies. And sometimes they sell CDs after the symphony. So they have this like, and toothpaste is purely good. Like you don't really get any service, right? From I don't know. Do we get any service buying toothpaste? Probably not, So the medicine prescription, we get medicine, but sometimes we can ask the pharmacist questions if we want. So we do get a little bit of service. Yeah. So this is just some mixtures of the physical content, tangible and intangible. And let's see, I'm not going to talk about this. A process is a sequence of activities that we use to create either a product or service. Okay. So key business processes, value creation processes, usually is like the focus on producing or creating the primary goods or services. Okay, like filing, shipping, customer order, assembling, provide home mortgage. Support processes are something like usually backstage. Okay, the customer is not like involved. So usually like purchasing materials, managing inventories, the health benefit of the employees, the technology acquisition, okay, different daycare, on-site services. So those are something support the process to support the employees and R&D. So the customers are not involved in this. And the general management processes, accounting, IT, HR, marketing. And every major activity within the organization involved processes that will cross this traditional organizational boundaries, okay? So like marketing, even though we have to, like marketing, we have to kind of, maybe if we want to get budget, then we'll involve finance department, or, you know, if we want money, we involved accounting department. So we have to work with different departments. Yeah. So a network of processes we call value chain, and we will talk about it in chapter 2. But PAL's sudden service, I'm not going to talk about this now. So I think that's it for oh well, this is different development of operations management. So in the 1960s, we focus on cost and efficiency. And then 70s, we focus on quality. And then we started to want to like personalize, customize the product. So we have the efficiency, we have the quality, and now we want to customize. So we focus on customization and design. And then we want it to be fast. So focus on time. And then the customer wants service. So then we focus on service and value. And now we are worried about the environment, so we will focus on sustainability. And now we have all this, and now we want to focus on data, the big data analytics. So we know exactly what customers want, and we know before they know, okay? So this is the focus on the operations management. And yeah, so the employment by major industry. So the physical product producing sectors, construction, agricultural, mining, fishing, forest hunting, this manufacturing. So we account for 18% of the employment. So service has a bigger part in terms of employment. So this is a service sectors. They have like 80%. So business service 8%, health services 8.6, retail almost 16, state government almost 12, state or local government almost 12. Okay, so you see that, and then finance 5%, wholesale 4.5%. Where's the education? Childcare, education service 2.2%. Okay, so these are the differences between service and the physical product. So 90% of jobs are service process, like related to service. So half of the physical product industry are service, related to service, 9%, and then 81%. So about 90% involves services. Okay, so like even in manufacturing firm, we have HR, we have accounting, we have finance. So that I think we put it here. Like in these companies, they also need service, people. So now I'm going to just skip really quick for the sustainability. So there are 3 types of sustainability: environmental, social, and economic. Okay, so we want all kinds of sustainability so that we can be very efficient, and then it will make the business go longer. Okay, in theory, we want the business to last forever, right? So for environmental sustainability, we have waste management, energy optimization, transportation optimization, technology upgrade, air quality, sustainable product service, design. So if you remember, if you go to Google Flight to find different flight ticket, they will have the CO2 emission numbers, so that if you really care about the environment, you would not take the flight that would pollute the earth too much. Okay, so we have social sustainability, the product safety, workforce health and safety, ethics, governance, and community. You'll get back to community. And then we have economic sustainability, performance excellence, financial management, resource management, emergency preparedness. Okay, so we want to make sure, you know, even economically, we are sustainable. So, and then we will, this is what we are going to cover in the future. But current challenges, the technology globalization, the changing customer expectation, and changing job design, quality, global manufacturing. So these are the challenges we will also talk about in the future. Okay, but because now with internet, customer can see a lot of reviews online, and then, you know, they can put up their reviews. So it's extremely important that, you know, we want to make sure the quality of our product or service is there. Otherwise, it will be affecting our operations. So we will not talk about Zappos. Okay. Okay, so that's it for chapter 1. And I'm going to try to record chapter 18 soon. See you guys.